gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Important live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we will know with special meaning. We on it live with no gimmicks. No gimmicks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here once again, alongside my tag team partner Dale Clifford out there in Fernley, Nevada. Welcome to yet another episode of the No Gimmicks Podcast, broadcasting on the 3 and Out Radio Network. Dale, what's good, my man?
What's up, Todd? Looking forward to this one. This guy's got quite a family history, and so that we're looking forward to learning a little bit more about him in relation to all of the family that we know about.
Yes, sir, indeed. So we got royalty on the show this week, part of Samoan Dynasty. Lance, the future NOI, brother, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Trying to stay warm here in Pennsylvania.
I feel your pain, man. I'm out here in the Northeast too. How cold is it out there?
Right now it's not too bad. It's about 10 degrees, but all this week it's been about negative 15. So.
Woo. Okay, so yeah, you got me beat because the negative I saw this morning was -8.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you got a lot of snow up there, right?
Yes. Very decent.
Cool.
We're fortunate we're not dealing with all the flooding and everything like they have going on out there in Massachusetts right now.
Okay, yeah, we only got like 2 inches, but now they're calling for a sheet of ice for tomorrow morning. So,
hey,
you guys can come out to the West Coast. We good right now.
Dale, don't you tempt me, man. I might hop on that next plane. All right, now, so hey, we didn't discuss the weather enough. Let's talk about my man's career. So, Lance, being a part of the Samoan Dynasty and receiving your training from your father, Samu, and your grandfather, Afa, do you feel that you had a high level of expectations placed on you?
Yeah, at times I do. Like for my training, well, first everyone thinks I got everything handed to me, which isn't true. I have to deal with my father and my grandfather pushed me like hell, and I just try to train and I keep up with everyone else. I'm not favoritism, but it is big shoes to fill, and I'm working hard on it. I've been doing this for almost 8 years now. Well, yeah, this is 8 years for me. So if things was handed to me, I'll be right there with my cousins right now. But no, I'm still working hard to achieve my goals.
Exactly, man. You're grinding. It's a process. But, hey, we have faith in you, man, that you will get there eventually. Dale, what you got next for Lance?
What are some of the companies you've had the chance to work for?
Some of the companies I've worked for is obviously my father, who runs WXWC4 here in Pennsylvania, and then my grandfather, who runs WXW down in Florida. But I also have Maryland Championship Wrestling down in Baltimore. I have Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. Then there's a few. NYWC in New York, Knox Pro out in California. Those are quite a few right there. There's also smaller companies I've been working for independently all up and down the East Coast.
Cool, man.
Well, what would you say has been the best one to work for?
They're all like, I enjoy wrestling because I meet different people all the time, but I enjoy like the atmosphere, especially with Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. It's just such a live feel. It's almost like almost like a small, like an older WWE or ECW feel when you're out there.
Yeah. I want to say Killer Cross, who was on our show not too long ago, he promoted the hell out of that company when he
House of Hardcore is awesome, man. Tommy Dreamer's, he's basically family. So I've been with him since House of Hardcore 3. I believe they're on like 30 something right now.
Okay.
So.
And you said, like during the process you met, decent amount of people and whatnot. One of the people I'm kind of curious if you crossed paths with while you were working for Knox Pro is Rusev. Did you guys ever have the chance to work with each other or anything while he was there?
No, I haven't. I just recently started working with Knox Pro maybe 3 years ago. So he was already under contract.
Okay.
Yeah, we just did a big deal out in we did California. I also went out to Hawaii, and we did a big show out there.
Gotcha.
For Knox Pro. But now I wish we could step in the ring one time, me and Rusev.
Yeah, man. That would have been interesting to see. Is it Rusev Day or is it Future Day?
It's all Future Day every day.
Yeah, what you got next for Lance?
So, what made you kind of lean in towards calling yourself the Future?
Not really sure. Some reason I was at a show and the ring announcer just threw it in there, and then I just stuck with it. I believe I am the future of the Samoan dynasty, and I'm the future of professional wrestling. So I just stuck with it and can't complain.
Okay. Hey, so Lance, what are some of your signature moves, and what exactly is your finisher?
Well, my finisher is I call it the Wild Samoan Splash, which is basically a splash that my family all does.
Mm-hmm.
I do a people's moonsault, which is where I basically go for the people's elbow, but I keep spinning and hit a standing moonsault. Samoan drop, I hit a cutter. What damn, there's just a bunch of different things I do, but yeah, I mainly stick around with the whole Samoan deal. My whole style is I try to be aggressive, but I also like to fly.
Got you.
So something
Cool.
I try to switch up.
Okay. Dale, what you got next for Lance?
So, heel or face? Have you had the opportunity to work both, and which one do you prefer?
Mainly my whole career, I've been working babyface. I enjoy it. I worked heel maybe a year, which it was different for me because I was like 4 years in, never worked nothing else besides babyface, and then just the heel was just it was different for me. It was just a whole different feel with the crowd. But then I started doing it month after month, and then I started enjoying it. And then next thing you know, they tell me, "Oh, we're gonna turn you back babyface." I'm like, "Oh man, I was just getting used to it. It was starting to get fun." But yeah, I always prefer babyface.
Okay. Hey, so besides the wrestlers in your family tree, who would you say are some of the others who have inspired you, or people that you possibly have idolized in the pro wrestling business?
Um, Jeff Hardy, like growing up, was always my favorite. Um, sorry. Just I always had a trampoline, so I would always be out on a trampoline doing crazy flips, or Jeff Hardy was always known for his high flying, risk taking, and like Eddie Guerrero was one. Um, Shawn Michaels, they were all like top guys who I just love. I just try to take little by little and just bring it into my own flavor. But yeah, Jeff Hardy was mainly my favorite because just the risk taking.
Okay. Cool, man. What you got next from Dell?
Who or what has been your favorite match, and who was it against?
Whew, I had quite a few, but it had to be when I first started out. It was we did a Yokozuna Memorial show, and I wrestled the opening match, and then I thought that was it. It was against Alex Anthony, and then my father came up to me. He goes, "Hey, we got another match. It's a 6-man tag." So then we did. It was me, my dad, and then my uncle Kishi. We were all in there. So it was basically me with the head shrinkers versus the New Jersey Clique, which is from New Jersey. So once they told me that, I was like, wow, I'm about to team with my dad and my uncle. It was about to be amazing. And then I also had the privilege to tag with my grandfather. We did a 10-man tag. It was me, my dad, my uncle L.A. Smooth, my uncle Manu, and then my grandfather. And we did it down here in Allentown for my grandfather's very last match.
Good stuff, man. Hey, so check this out. This is a question that we were going to ask you a little bit later in the show, but we're going to go ahead and move ahead to it since you're kind of on the topic momentarily. If you could form your dream 6-man tag, I mean, who exactly would it be? Would it be you in the Wild Samoans, or you in I guess it would be your the Samoan SWAT team, so it'd be your father and your uncle, or you and your cousins with the Usos? Like, if you had to choose one, which one would you run with?
Ah, man. Now you put me on the spot here.
Yes, I am.
I would like to tag with the Usos. I guess because I already tagged with them, so it was fun. But just because me and the Usos were closer in age, everything we do, they almost like to fly like I do. So it was like it's more of a similar comparison. So I think we'll be able to. Our chemistry will be real good.
Yeah, because this is gonna sound real silly what I'm about to say next, but I am gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Y'all look a lot alike.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, you and your two cousins, man, Jimmy and Jay. I mean, seriously, it's like the three of you guys could be triplets almost.
Yeah, everyone always says, man, we gotta form a 6-man, man. I wish, especially like when I did, I had the match on. I had a match against Ascension on SmackDown a few years ago, and they wouldn't let me wear my hair down because we looked too much alike. So I had to keep it up in a bun.
Huh. Okay.
So it was all different, but it was all fun, man.
Good stuff. So, hey, you had that opportunity. So, kind of tell us a little bit about that then. Like, what was it like getting an opportunity to work in the WWE, even if it was just a temporary thing?
It was awesome, man. Just when I was there at the time, I was with them. I did a whole. It was a 3-day loop I did with them, and they had me as a Rosebud also. But just being given the opportunity to have the match and me being chosen out of all the other guys that were there, it was awesome, man. It just felt like that's where I want to be. That's where I want to shoot my goals. That's where I belong. So from there on, I just want to keep pushing and grinding just to make it there, so I can make that my home.
Wait a second now. Hold the phone here for a second. You said you were one of Adam Rose's Rosebuds? Did I get
was
that
one of
correct?
Adam Rose's Rosebuds.
Tell us about it.
It was crazy. It was Exotic Express, man. But no, I did a spot with Kane. It was on one of the, I forget, the 1,000th episode of SmackDown, and then I got chokeslammed by Kane in a Rosebud costume. So yeah, I think I was Stewie.
Rosebuds can succeed. Braun Strowman was a Rosebud. So
Yep.
Hey, yes, he was, and so is James Ellsworth.
Now, wait a second here.
nothing wrong with being a Rosebud.
There's a huge contrast between Braun Strowman and James Ellsworth, man.
Hey, man, he had a WWE contract, so we can't complain, man.
Okay.
Something I haven't had yet.
Hey,
Yeah. Braun kind of helped James get that contract a little bit too.
Exactly.
way to keep it positive.
Well, obviously, what is ultimately the goal? Is it to kind of get to WWE and join the rest of the family up there?
Yes, that is my goal. I believe that's almost everybody's goal who is in professional wrestling. They want to make it to the top. And yes, being with my family would be awesome. Just being with them a few days out of the road when I was traveling with them.
Okay.
It was just awesome. Like, no, that's nowhere I want to be nowhere else but there.
Okay.
But I would also like to be like, if that chance never comes, I would like to go to New Japan, wrestle out there in Japan.
Stole the words right out of my mouth. Hey, so Lance, let's follow up on that real quick because as we know, we're just coming right off the heels of Wrestle Kingdom 12, also New Year's Dash from New Japan.
Okay.
Now, Dale and I, we both enjoy WWE, but we also watch all of like the indie stuff, and we follow New Japan as well. So, I mean, if you had that opportunity, say, to get on the card for Wrestle Kingdom 13, who would you want to go up against?
I would have no idea. I would wrestle anyone, and I would try to steal the show the whole time, man.
Say Okada.
Man, like I said, I'll take anybody. If I can just get on that show, I'll be happy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a big stage there too. Dale, what you got next for Lance?
So outside of professional wrestling, what are some of the other hobbies and interests that you have?
I'm actually a semi-pro dodgeball player.
Really?
Yes, I am. I play dodgeball. I just tried out recently for Team USA. I've been to nationals. I was supposed to go to nationals for the trampoline dodgeball tournament out in Chicago, but I ended up getting injured, which I couldn't play in. But yeah, it's kind of a big deal out here. So,
do they have the 5 rules of dodgeball?
Yes, there are 5 rules of dodgeball. But if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yep. That's awesome. I mean, because I've heard of people, doing it intramurally and whatnot. I did not realize that it was that much serious competition for dodgeball.
Yeah, it's pretty
where you're
serious.
actually going to represent your country in it. That's crazy.
Yeah, so me and my cousin, we actually just tried out for Team USA, so we're waiting to hear back from them. And
Okay.
yeah, we were just up in Boston 2 years ago for nationals.
Nice, man.
So
Hey,
that's one thing.
so Lance, you've been in the business for a short amount of time, but it seems like you covered a decent amount of ground, held some titles and whatnot. So what advice would you give to others who are just kind of starting out in the business right about now?
Stay humble and never forget where you come from. That's one thing. Everyone always tells me like how humbled I am of a person just because of who my family is. But I'm a humble guy, and people who make it always tend to forget where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
So I always bring back like to the community, which me and my family always tend to do. So we never forget where we come from.
Good stuff, man. Good words to live by. Dale, what you got next for Lance?
So early stages of the Samoans was kind of the barefoot brawler. How do you think the stereotype has kind of changed now about your guys' family?
The barefoot. Yeah, I believe it started hurting. So they started wanting to wear shoes. But see, my whole career, the 8 years I've been doing this, I just started working barefoot.
Oh,
So it is absolutely horrible.
yeah.
But it's a different style. I said nobody does it right now in my family. So I was like, let me just go back to it. And yeah, I just recently started. It's a whole different setting. Like I have to switch up a lot of things that I did when I had shoes on, but now working barefoot, I just slip on that mat, I stub my toe. It's brutal.
Yeah. 'Cause I know they would tape themselves up as well, but it was like always like the middle of the foot, it seemed, and then like around the ankle. So it still kind of give a lot of room for like, stepping on sharp objects and stuff like that. So
yeah, like I had a show yesterday and my music was playing, but I was still in the locker room, and to get to the entry to Gorilla, you had to go outside. So since there's snow and I'm barefoot, my music's playing. I had to run outside barefoot all the way around the building in the snow just to make it to the entrance. So I was like, oh man, I gotta watch what I step on. I ended up cutting my foot on something. It's real brutal.
Brother, you're more humble. You're more like, I guess down to earth than I ever thought, because I'd just be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm wearing shoes this show.
Nah, it is a lot different. Like, even for me to throw an arm drag, it's a lot different than when I throw an arm drag in shoes, because now I just end up slipping. And then my very first time ever doing it, I was slipping all over. And then my dad's like, well, what are you doing? And then I had to get advice from him because he did it his whole entire career.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, you're just supposed to wet your feet before you go in. I said, oh, now you tell me after like 6 months barefoot right now.
No, wait, you wet your feet? So is that what you said?
Yeah, he said you wet your feet. I didn't understand it at first, but then it started to make sense. Like, it's more of a grip once it dries, I assume, I guess.
Huh.
Like, I don't know. Some reason now I have a lot more, like, I don't have that much grip, but it's a lot more grip than I had.
Interesting.
Hey. Yeah, it was weird. It didn't make sense to me at first.
Speaking of music, like I said, we kind of got acquainted through our guy Antoine Monizy Lewis, who is responsible for creating the official theme song for the No Gimmicks podcast. Did he do your theme song as well?
Yes, he actually did one of my theme songs. I recently just changed it to one of my family members. So now the whole Samoan Dynasty, we all use the same song. Huh. He ended up doing my uncle's. He ended up doing my uncle's tag team music, Manu and LA Smooth. But yeah, like me, Rikishi, my cousin Jacob Fatu, Reno, the Black Pearl, who's all out on the West Coast, we all started using the same music. So I just brought it back out here so we could just keep the dynasty going, spread the love all around.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
my teaser, he killed my track, man. I asked him, he just told me to give him breaking points, and I gave him everything. And then he sent it right to me within like a week, and it was just fire.
Yeah, that dude is legit, man. I tease him. I call him little Eric Sermon.
Yeah, actually, I just watched his podcast, actually just the one that you did with him earlier today.
Okay, cool. Yeah. This dude, was going through some adversity and whatnot at the time, man. Like with his health issues and, the flooding and all that stuff down there in Florida with the hurricane. No one's going to stop my man from recording that theme song for us. And
Nope.
once he got in the booth, he slayed it. So, yeah. Hey, so this next section, which we're about to do here, is called It's a Family Affair. I give that a good little try there. So all questions about you and your family. So I'm going to go ahead and let Dale set it off for Family Affair.
All right. So we kind of left two of them out of the previous question. So now it leads into this question. Dream WrestleMania match, Roman Reigns or The Rock?
Roman Reigns.
Why?
It's his yard. I'm ready to take over.
Okay, fair enough. Hey,
Roman Reigns, he's been killing it. The Rock, he set the expectations high for a whole family. I think Roman Reigns is just filling them just fine with himself too. And for me to get in the ring with Roman, it's like passing the torch. So I'll be the next one in line then.
Okay,
Makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, so this is something that I've been told a while ago. I need you to vet this information for me, Lance. Is it true that all Samoan superstars who competed in the WWE, with the exception of Samoa Joe, are in some way related, like either by blood or by marriage?
That is true.
Wow.
Every one of us, but Samoa Joe.
Wow. Okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we have a big family.
How many can you? I mean, like, I don't expect you to name everyone, but like, do you know how many have came through?
I'm not even sure. I never actually even counted. I just know there's a lot.
Wow, man.
Yeah, and we're still going.
Yeah, you guys are.
I guess Samoans reproduce well.
Y'all got strong genes, man. That much is for sure. Any up and coming like females in your family who are coming up? Because we know the men definitely got this game on lock. But I mean, any up and coming females from your family we should look out for?
Nah. Family female, not really. We don't. The newest one was Nia Jax. She was the newest one of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't even know any of them training. Hopefully, it's one of my daughters.
See, there you go.
We had my sister going. My younger sister, she started training. I had a mixed tag match going, and then she broke the news that she was pregnant with my niece. So I was like, I just backtracked everything, and then she just ended up changing her mind. She didn't want to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
But now, hopefully, it's one of my daughters.
Or if not, that's another option right there in about 18 years, bro.
Yep.
See? All right, man. So Dale's going to help us wrap this on up.
So we appreciate you coming on. The talk was like a fun conversation. At this time, we will open it up to you to let us know any upcoming shows that you got going on.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on the show. Yeah, I have House of Hardcore coming up on. Sorry, I forget the dates. I just know it's Royal Rumble weekend that Friday down in Philadelphia. I also have my father's company February 3rd. I'm also the heavyweight champion down there, so I'm defending my title against anyone that walks through that door. Mm-hmm. And I'll be down in Orlando, Florida, wrestling for MLW next month also. So, but this month, it's been pretty easy. I like to stay warm because the East Coast is too cold in January.
Preach.
But yeah, I like to stay warm, man, and just spend time with my daughters as much as I can.
Good stuff, man. That Friday was the 27th that you were thinking of.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So January 27th down at the 2300 Arena for House of Hardcore. Old
school ECW Arena. I've been to the show there, man.
Man, have you been there recently?
Yeah. I went there for War of Worlds for Ring of Honor about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, they even changed from 2 years ago. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a nice arena.
Yeah, they changed it all up. Was actually the bar there when you were there?
I don't remember there being a bar because trust me, I would have been at it.
There's like 4 bars there now.
Wow. Okay. I heard that place used to be a sweatbox, man, and like everything was all grimy and everything. So that's good.
Yeah, it's a whole different building. Like, it's crazy. The atmosphere, everything is awesome. And I love all the drunk fans down there.
Hey, so let's also tell our viewers how they can stay in touch with you on social media.
Man, you just follow me right on Lance on Hawaii on any of the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's Lance. Last name is Anoai. And yeah, that's where you find me. You find me also on YouTube and right here on No Gimmicks.
Yes, sir. Hey, so one thing is for sure, we can sit here and talk to my man Lance, member of the Samoan Dynasty, all night long, but unfortunately, we have came to the end of this episode of No Gimmicks Podcast. So thank you for tuning in for our interview with the future Lance Anoa'i. We are No Gimmicks, No Image, all wrestling, all the time. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos. Thanks, Lance.
Thank you.
No gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Important live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we will know with special meaning. We on it live with no gimmicks.